If you're struggling with cellulite and crepey skin and feel like no matter what you do, nothing is really working or you just don't even know where to start, then this video is for you. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the 5 things that I've been doing differently that I've really noticed have helped to change my body even more. And it definitely doesn't involve more time for workouts or complicated tracking my macros or anything like that. So I was able to change my body from this to this. I documented that in another video, which I will link below. Had some setbacks, so I've been like battling the cellulite and crepey skin again. I've been changing some things in the past few weeks and noticed really big changes. So I wanted to share them with you because I feel like if they're working for me, then they could help some of you as well. I've owned a med spa for over 20 years. I'm a personal trainer, esthetician, and nutritionist. So I love everything beauty, fitness, and wellness, but I've still also struggled myself. I had my last baby at 45, so I know the struggles of firming up as you get older. I've had even less time. So I'm a mom of 3. I own 2 businesses, and I also take care of 2 family members now with dementia. So my time is even more limited because it's summer and all the kids are home and I'm like running all over the place. In my other videos, I talk about where I combine bands and weights, and then I would go to the gym like once a week only to do heavier weight training. Honestly, I haven't even had time for that, and I have switched to band only workouts. I noticed huge changes in my body really quickly. I wasn't sure why this was happening. For a solid 2 weeks now, I've been doing only bands. I just went on vacation for a week, and then the week prior to me going on vacation was super busy at work. So I just had no time to set up the weights and combine it with the bands and get to the gym. So I literally did only bands and was focused on my steps. And then I'll talk about my diet a little bit later and then skincare things that I was doing. The bands, especially the week that I was on vacation, because I really focused on intensifying the band workouts, getting my steps in, and then doing some sit training, that I was so sore. So I was totally shocked by this and pleasantly surprised because I was getting faster results in sculpting my body. So I was like, is it really possible for women over 40 or 50 like me that we could literally change our bodies with strong bands? I talk a lot about this band in a lot of my other workouts, videos that you see or shorts that you see that I'm working out. I'm using the band, but I've never really considered only using the band because I don't know, when I was always learning about training, people are always talking about lifting weights. And then in the whole menopause community right now, it's always about like lifting heavier to sculpt your bodies, to build a better body, to get stronger as you age. So I really didn't do a deep dive into band only training until recently. When I did this deep dive into band only training, especially if it has to be a strong type of band, it can't be like weak. Your muscles don't know how you're overloading them. If you have a band like this that is able to give you a lot of resistance, they call it variable resistance. It's challenging your muscle in totally different ways than just free weights. And it turns out that it's actually a really great way to challenge your muscle and to sculpt your body and to burn fat. And it's super time efficient. I'm going to switch to band only workouts. If you want to follow the journey and see what is going to happen and like what I'm doing specifically, I made a guide down below of kind of the workouts that I've done so far that I find that are working. Get the free guide down below, and then I will email you weekly as I create new workouts for just bands and progressive overloads for the bands. Then you can also see if that's going to help you easier sculpt your body, because honestly, just having a band like this, I have one at work, and then I obviously brought this with me on vacation and was able to do a full body workout and also do my sit training just with this band. And then I focused on my daily steps as well. This has been like life changing for me. So I wanted to really share it with you because I'm so excited that I can actually build muscle and change my body at the age of 51. In other videos, I talk about the band and how band work increases blood flow and circulation, and how blood flow and circulation are vital as we age because our blood flow and circulation really slow down. But I did notice a difference when I started incorporating the bands with the weights and helping to change my body, specifically because of the increased time under tension. And the time under tension increases your circulation and blood flow to the area. It really helps to flush out the areas that you have the cellulite. So I was doing a lot of workouts specifically for my cellulite that I had here and on my knees, focusing on time under tension in those areas. And that has really, honestly, helped to tighten my skin. And I started on vacation doing more band work for my abs, and my skin is already getting tighter. I also was doing some fascia sculpting, which I'll talk about in a minute. I would say try this, because if what you're doing isn't working and you're trying the weights, and like when I tried a lot of heavy weights frequently, I definitely was getting bulkier. I did a whole video on that. I know Everybody talks about lift heavier, but for me, I was getting bulkier, but also my diet wasn't on point. And most women, our diets are not on point. So if you start holding body fat and then you're building muscle on top of the fat, you're kind of going to look worse before you look better. If you find that not to be the case, like put it in the comments below how you are able to lift heavy weights and not get bigger before you got smaller. And most women don't want to get bigger before they get smaller. I couldn't figure it out until your diet is really on point. And with my diet, I did keep increasing my protein because I was aiming for that 100 grams that everybody talks about. We should get like 100 grams or get your ideal body weight or whatever. I still wasn't really changing my body. Like I made changes for sure, but I was kind of like hitting these roadblocks and doing a deeper dive into like the quality of the protein and what proteins are best and all of these things. So now I'm up to like 150 and higher grams of protein, including more essential amino acids. Just a really good way to make sure you're getting enough protein in order to build muscle. Unfortunately, you need more protein as you get older. So me eating the same amount of protein as my 13-year-old daughter, she's going to build muscle and I'm not. So I just need more protein. Cut out a lot of the keto breads and things. I really cut those out. I usually have one wrap a day and high fiber. I started eating like 1 pound of vegetables on most days. I also started focusing on vegetables that help increase blood flow and circulation because that also helps with skin glow and having your skin look better. So I did a whole other video on fascia sculpting, what I do specifically in my med spa to help in reducing cellulite and to firm the skin, the specific way that I do the fascia sculpting. I swear this has made a difference, just a few minutes a day being consistent, doing the fascia sculpting on your problem areas. I do like a lot of fascia sculpting in my waist as well. Years ago, I was doing like fascia blaster and I still have those tools. But what I found is when I started to try and do those, I was bruising a lot. They're aggressive. And those fascia blaster tools were originally created for therapy, for athletes. And I guess like if you're in your 20s and your 30s and you're using that aggressive tool on your body, like it's fine. But as I'm older, I'm more prone, my skin is more sensitive. So I was bruising. Summertime, like I'm wearing shorts and I don't want my legs to be all bruised. And it was taking forever for the bruises to go away. I'm going to use the protocol that I use in my spa with my clients and do sculpting. I'm more into sculpting than blasting. I do it on my face. I do it on my body. I do have a guide down below that I created a while back with another video, so you can get that if you want tips on how specifically I do the fascia sculpting. But that definitely has made a difference because it's also increasing your blood flow and circulation to those problem areas to really help release the fascia, to help smooth the skin and help it look better. That on top of the band work, it's just like icing on the cake to really break through those super problem areas that we have as we get older. The next one is a little bit over the top, but I wanted to include it because something that I've been doing. I have these wands. They are 9 different color lights and they vibrate and they have heat and they are not microcurrent. They're EMS, electrical muscle stimulation. I was using this to just help also increase the circulation. I was learning about nitric oxide. So the more blood flow and circulation you have, the more nitric oxide you have in your body, which is just better because as we get older, our nitric oxide diminishes. Started also doing this 128 tuning forks. So they're really relaxing. And the more as we're really stressed, we need to reduce our cortisol. So anything that we can do to do that is a double bonus because it's been proven to also help in increasing the nitric oxide in the body, increase circulation through the vibration, relax you. I utilize it on my face. I've done it in videos where I posted about facials. So you can see a video where I utilize it in the facial, but I also utilize this at home as well because I just think it's like a little extra something. It's not going to hurt, helps to relax me. I do it a few minutes at night and it's just like a little extra something. I know like I'm a little bit extra, but this is what I love and I just want to let you know what I'm trying. The last thing I have been doing more, and I feel like most women need to do more, is prioritize themselves. I work with my clients a lot on this MVP glow. I created a whole line called MVP glow because I want women to be the MVP of their life, to really prioritize themselves first so that they can be the healthiest, strongest versions of themselves. And so that may mean taking 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at night to really set yourself up for the day, to really reflect on your day while you're doing your self-care. That's when I do it. In the morning and at night, I stand on my vibration plate, I do my skincare, I do my facial treatments, I increase my blood flow and circulation, habit stack these things all together. So it's just not as overwhelming, but I feel like I am taking the time for myself to make myself look and feel better. I feel like that's so important as we are aging, because there's so many of us that look in the mirror and we don't recognize ourselves and we're not happy with ourselves. I wasn't happy with my arms and I wasn't happy with my legs. And I have clients like that and they don't want to wear tank tops and they don't want to wear shorts and it's summer. And like, I just didn't want to go down that path. I don't want women to go down that path. So if I find things that are working, I love to share them with you. And if you have things that are working, please share them down below so that we can all be on this journey together. I hope this was helpful and not overwhelming. I wanted to just break it down for you. And I was excited about the things that are working for me, because as you are getting closer to your goals, it gets harder and harder to see results and to make changes in your body. And the fact that I was like making really quick changes in my body with bands only really has excited me. If you want to follow that journey and see how that goes, definitely get the guide below. Be sure to check out some of my other videos on skin tightening and products that I'm loving that are really inexpensive. I will see you in the next one.